because you can't race. Duh.
I've started recording.
I'm
Should
just,
I?
I'm just
Should I
waiting.
stop
No, I'm not.
talking?
I have to race.
Should
but
I
was
stop
just
talking if I
agreeing
race?
some
Is
response.
this like a recorded commentary thing?
Oh, right, you guys aren't commentating. Okay, I guess me and Nuno, we could commentate.
Yeah, you do main, I
I'll
do support.
leave the stage. Good luck, everyone.
Boom.
What?
You guys go to the stage. There we go. Alright, welcome everyone to JL Season 6 Round 1 in Malaysia. We're back at this base track, a classic and clearly one of the league's favorites. It won the base track vote. So I'm here with Nuno. What do you have to say about this track? Any predictions?
Well, I really have no idea who can win this JR race. I guess someone who raced before will have an advantage, so I guess Hetmanek and Mongoose. But there's also some new fast talents. You can see also Kader and Tomatoes, really two fast drivers here. And it should be an interesting race. There's a lot of lots of big straight and fast corners, which really makes it. There's a lot of slipstreaming, and which will really touch up people a lot. So that might make the start a little bit chaotic. But let's see. I think it's also possible to have huge difference of pace as well. And yeah, let's see. It should be an interesting opening round.
Alright, and so far Kader is leading with 29.22. You see him ahead of everyone else, so he's clearly putting in some really fast laps. Dr. Known in second so far, 1/10 behind, and then there's quite a big gap to Goose in third with 29.63. And seems we got a little bit of lag there as they come in for the last lap. Oh, and Dr. Known with a surprise pole.
Which I'm still yet to figure out who to know who that guy is.
Dr. Known is Niels here on Discord.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so we have a Dr. Known in pole with a 29.05. Kader in second place, so that's the first row debut for Mercedes GP. Followed by Goose and Tomatoes, Juan and Azat, Dino God and Mr. Crunk. And then further down we have Matimar and Kalitka rounding out the top 10. Het and Lozzy, Drexy and Mascabrevas, and in 15th place we have Fox.
Fun.
Hopefully this time won't crash.
Alright, there we go again to the restart after the lobby crashed after 5 laps of racing. We are back to the original grid, and we see that Kader managed to pull away into first place again, but this time he's followed closely by Dr. Known and Tomatoes. So this is a good chance for Tomatoes to make up for the bad start he had in the original race. Juan as well, who we saw was fighting at about 12th place. Dr. Known just had an incident there at the last corner. He's fallen back, but we still see a big pack here close to the leaders. Mascabreva in a surprise 6th place. What happened there?
Yeah, probably a lot of crashing at the back.
Right, we see a big fight here with about 5 cars close to each other. Same here at the back with Fox in a lonely 14th place. And going back to the front, we see Kader gaining some ground on Tomatoes, who is followed closely by 3 cars. Oops, seems he might have pushed Goose there. Oh, and Tomatoes made a mistake, so now Kader running away, and there's 4 people fighting for second place. Let it go into the last corner. Oh no, that was kind of predictable. And Juan taking second place.
Alright, I'll have to go now, so we'll see you.
Yeah, and Kader seeming very safe in the first place, and Juan in second. And we see that Niels and Goose are battling here for third place. It seems that Juan slowed down a bit. And it seems that we kind of have, again, a 4-car pack fighting for that second place spot. And Niels overtakes Juan in turn 2. Alright, in 6th place we do have Het in No Man's Land. Matimar and Dino following closely behind. And then we have Krunk and Maska Brevers. Maska has fallen down to 10th place. Kalitka kind of alone in 11th. Lolzy and Azat fighting for 12th. And Fox in a lonely 14th place. Kader's still running away with about 5-second lead over second place Dr. Known, who has himself over a 1-second lead over Juan, who has Goose and Tomatoes on his tail. In regards to strategies, we do see that Kader took the softs, which might be good for creating that initial gap, but it seems that they might be reaching the end of the line because he lost a lot of time. He had almost 5 seconds, and now it's just a little over a second. Now the softs do last about at least 7 to 9 laps. You might be able to push it. So we should be seeing Kader pitting soon. You can see that the car is sliding a lot already. It's definitely possible for him to go for softs again, but he might also want to go for mediums to be a bit more safe when it comes to tire wear. Goose has kind of gotten himself isolated in 3rd place, Juan isolated in 4th, Matimar in 5th place. Some people have pitted already, like Tomatoes, who is in 6th. So we see that Dr. Known and Juan have now pitted. Goose staying out, as well as Kader. Oh, Tomatoes made a huge mistake there, turn 1. And he's now in battle with Het and Juan. Oh, I think Tomatoes pushed Juan off there. Okay, and Kader is pitting now, as well as Goose. Let's see what happens here. So Niels overtakes both of them, and Niels is now in the lead. Kader made a huge mistake there, turn 1. So for now, Niels is in the lead. It's worth noting, though, that his tires will be more worn out compared to Kader's, who is on the same compound and is on his slipstream. Meanwhile, we see Goose overtaking Fox, who is lapped. Oh, and a 3-way fight here as Matimar enters the pits. Okay, back in front, we still have Kader in Dr. Known's slipstream. I wonder if he's just biding his time. Oh no, what a huge mistake there. And he lost a lot of time. So Dr. Known just needs to keep it steady. We do see Goose still in 3rd, followed by Tomatoes, who has Het and Juan on his tail. Now, most people are on the mediums, with the exception of Matimar on softs, and the Lolzy is also on softs. And then we have 3 hard runners with Kalitka, Maska, and Azat. We're all falling a bit behind. Not sure if that's due to the tires though. Alright. So Matimar seeming to struggle to catch Dingo God, who is on the mediums. Meanwhile, we see Het in 6th, Juan in 5th, and Tomatoes in 4th. They're all isolated, as well as Goose in 3rd. But Kader has caught up to Dr. Known. with about 4 laps to go, 4 to 5 laps to go. Kader really struggling there to overtake Dr. Known. Oh, seems that Dr. Known made a slight mistake and Kader is again in his slipstream. He's not giving up. And Goose is just hoping that both of them get into a crash and he manages to take the spoils. Clouds have just been announced. It might be that the last lap will be wet, which should be quite the challenge. And Kader overtaking Dr. Known with about 2.5 laps to go. And Goose managing to get on Dr. Known's slipstream. So, a second position is definitely on the cards here. And Goose just edged off into the grass there. But he's still quite close. They're not that far apart, to be honest. Just a single mistake could be enough for Goose to get into second or even first. Tomatoes is still isolated in fourth. Juan in fifth. And Hat in 6th. So Dingo God is being closely followed by Marimar, whose tires are probably quite dead though. Krunk and Kalitka behind, Maska, Azat, Lolzy, and Fox. Not much happening at the back there. We see that Kader has run away as the last lap starts. Dr. Known and Goose are fighting for P2, so that will be the most important happening here in the last lap. Goose following Niels quite closely. It's all gonna be down to the last few corners. Goose is still in the slipstream, we can see that effect. They approach the last corner. Oh, Niels made a huge mistake at the second to last corner, and Kader wins the first round, followed by Goose in second, and Niels, Dr. Known, in third. We do see Tomatoes coming here in fourth place, managing to recover from those first 5 laps of the first race. Juan, Hat, and Dingo quite close to each other. Marimar in 8th place. Kalitka and Krunk. And Maska Bravas, will he be able to keep 11th place? Followed by Azat quite closely. Lolzy approaching the last corner. Please don't type before the race is over. Thank you. Here comes Lolzy in 14th place, and we have Fox, who is Lolzy's teammate actually, in the lowly 14th place. Approaching the last corner now. And there you go. And there we go. So we have the final results here with Kader taking first place as well as the fastest lap with a 29.40. Goose in second place, managing to just eke out Dr. Known in the last part of the last lap. Dr. Known in third, rounding out the podium. We have Tomatoes in fourth, Juan in fifth, and Dingo God in sixth place. Hat in seventh, Marimar, Kalitka, and Mr. Krunk rounding out the top 10. And then we have Maska Bravas in 11th, Azat in 12th, and the 2 Fiji Falcons, Lolzy in 13th, and Fox in 14th place. Alright, that was it for today. Thank you for joining us, and goodbye.